What's going on, good peoples? Everybody having a good Wednesday? Michelle, do whatever you gotta do. Get ready to go up a little bit. You get up there and get time again. What's up, bro? Dedicated soul. Antoine Portland. Good old fashioned drive. Say what up? What's going on, good peoples? Antoine Porter, ladies and gents, and the dedicated soul. Yeah, give to him, 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 give to him. Okay, so let me get a little music going right here. We're gonna play this a little low, just for ambiance purposes. All right. So that was all of my help by the Dedicated Souls with Mr. Antoine Porter on lead. And while I'm waiting on him to join up, just want to say that I hope y'all having a great Wednesday, and hope you're staying cool because it's hot. Um, so I talked to Mr. Porter on actually yesterday, and I was just telling him, yo man, I want to do a episode and I want to feature you, and he was like, sure, I'm down whenever, and so it worked just like that. So let me see. Okay. So while we're waiting on him to get on, I met Antoine maybe 7 years ago when he was with the Cantons. And no, I take that back. It's been almost 10 years. First time I ever seen him. And he was singing. First, of course, he started out playing. Then Harvey gave him the mic on Morning Dove, and I was like, man, like this dude can really, really go. And I've been admiring him ever since I met him. And I really don't get close to a lot of people like that, but he's just one like guy I just always looked up to, and he's just a real genuine person. Like you don't really come across people like that too often, and so people like that you have to cherish them and give them their flowers while they can still smell them. And he doing great things now. He's also he plays for Babyface, as some of y'all may know, and he plays for another favorite of mine, Mr. Fred Hammond. Hopefully, I can get either one of those guys on one day. But until then, Antoine, he's a husband, father, musician, songwriter. He pretty much can do it all. He has a lot of good music out. The song I just played was called "All of My Help," and it's one of my favorite songs because I've actually had the opportunity to play for him, and it was a blessing, and I really enjoyed it. And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, bring him to the stage, Mr. Antoine Porter. Give him a great big hand.
What's going on, man?
What's going on, brother?
Man, chilling. Trying to make sure I got in here right.
Oh yeah, you good to go, man.
Yeah, man, you can hear me, see me, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, you good. Yeah.
All right, cool beans, cool beans.
So man, what's been going on with you?
Man, really chilling these days, man. Just had a new son, so you know how that could be. I'm just here at the house with him for a little bit. I'm still working and working on some new music and all that stuff. Yes, sir.
Okay. Congratulations on that. We're gonna give you another round of applause.
Bless you.
Okay, so I know you said you got a lot to do, so we ain't gonna make this long.
I mean, you good. You good. We got a little time.
Okay. So you my very first interview.
Okay. All right.
So it's gonna be kind of a learning process with me. So
cool beans.
Okay.
Cool beans.
So let's start. How did Mr. Antoine grow up? What was life like?
All right. So I grew up Cincinnati, Ohio. My grandmother raised me. I grew up brothers. I was raised with my uncles who are, we were raised together like brothers. They all played and they sang and everything. Grandmother raised me. She was a pastor. That's pretty much how I grew up. Grew up in the hood as well. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's pretty much how I grew up, man. Maybe later on in life, we moved like a little bit to a different area and went to a couple of schools where they had music and all that stuff. So I ended up playing music in school. Everybody who went to school with me knows me as the guy that was coming to school with a guitar.
Yes, sir.
I actually had a teacher who he kind of figured out I could play because nobody played like guitar. He figured out I could play and he gave me a guitar. and I got that guitar taken because I got in trouble.
Yes, sir, I know that
But
feeling.
I had it for a little while. I had a little speaker on it and everything, so I pretty much learned how to play through family or whatever. Well, now a lot of my family members play. They don't really hardly play anymore, but they used to play growing up. So I grew up in a house with a pastor. My grandmother's a pastor, and a house full of good singing folk, good music playing folk. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, who would you say were some of your influences, music wise?
Whew. Okay, so at the number one spot, no one probably these days knows who they are. A lot of people from our way do. But the main folk that was a big inspiration, of course, all of the groups from my area, Cincinnati area. Then my brothers, they had a group called the Dynamic Sons of God when I was younger. And that was my biggest inspiration. I just wanted to be like my cousin Rico and my brother Jonathan. And I got a cousin named King Thomas. They all sang together. And they were the biggest thing that was like tangible. I could see, I could, listen to. But growing up, as I started to actually play music myself, and I think at some point, I don't remember where I really learned how to play guitar exactly, but I started listening to really, really heavy, which is not quartet at all. I know I play a lot of quartet now, but my actual hands-on training, I kind of really taught myself how to play listening to like NDRE, Music Soul Child, Babyface, all of those kind of R&B kind of music is where I
Right.
really, really started playing guitar. And then, who else would be somebody I really listen to heavy? The Casey's and JoJo's,
Yes,
all of
sir.
that. All
Yeah.
of that. Of course, the Cans and all of that. That goes without saying. But yeah, man, I think back then, I mentioned the R&B side because back then that was the bigger part of me. My
Right.
mom, she really didn't go to church like that. So when I was with her, she listened to a lot of R&B, and I remember first hearing like a Joe, and hearing like I was like, it just kind of that was what the music I fell in love with, man. To be
Right.
honest, yeah, yes, sir.
I feel you, man, and you can tell with your with the way you even approach when you play with the cans, like you
Oh
can
yeah,
hear all the influence,
oh
and
yeah,
a lot of people don't realize that like what you listen to will come out in your
yeah.
playing.
No, and anything you play, yeah,
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 because even with me, like of course I do quartet, but I was like you, I started out listening to R&B. So
yeah,
when I
yeah.
started playing in church, people was like, man, that don't really sound like
I
Holy
feel
Ghost.
like quartet is a good foundation for just about any music you're gonna play.
It's the foundation.
Yeah, because like especially music styles that require soul. You
Right,
know what I'm
right.
saying? And it's a lot of soul in quartet, but it's a lot of soul in R&B. Like
Yeah,
there's a lot of go listening to some Joe and some Tank. There's a lot of soul in that stuff, man. So yeah, man. I think it was a pretty good combination of things. And then of course my grandmother, she listened to people like Neil Robinson,
yeah.
James Cleveland. So
Right,
I was
right.
just like a lab rat because I got to go to so many different sides of it when I was so young. I kind of got, which it kind of mirrors what I do now, being able to like play for Babyface and play for Fred Hammond, play for the Cantons. Those things is kind of a mirror of the things that I grew up. It was just like a even kind of all the way around thing for me.
Right.
So yeah, yes sir.
Okay, so we're gonna skip around a little bit.
Okay.
How did you first get introduced to being like introduced and brought on to the road? Like who was your introduction to that?
So my very first time, I believe, really traveling at all was with my aunt. Her name was Jenny Ferrier. She's passed away, but she had a group that my cousins. They had a group called the Traveling Crusaders, and I got with them and got to sing and lead with them, singing some background, singing lead. And I was maybe 11, 12. But even back then, we were going like Fort Wayne, Indiana, Chicago, Kentucky, those kind of things.
Mhm.
As I grew up, I started getting some time in with Sawana. Back then it was Sawana Barrett, Sawana Springfield now, and the Children of
Okay.
God.
Okay.
So for a long time, I played bass for them.
Wow.
I mean, for the longest time, I played bass for a very long time with them. I don't want to leave anyone out. I played with them. I played with June Talley. You know the Talley Boys.
Yeah.
Their father.
Wow.
Okay, I played guitar with him.
Mm,
I played with the Williams Singers for a little while. I played guitar. I played bass at one point, or played bass on a couple of records, or whatever, whatnot, or something like that. And I played guitar mainly for them. I
yeah.
played for Supreme Seven. That was like 2011. That was like a long run with them.
Okay.
And then we get to like the Cantons, and then everybody I started kind of playing with. But I played with in between there. I played like some here and there kind of things with a lot of different people. But those
Gotcha.
were my most consistent. Like I'm playing with them. Yeah, on the road.
Okay. So you say you from Cincinnati, right?
Cincinnati, Ohio. Yes, sir.
How did you end up in Canton, Mississippi?
So I mean, a few people have asked me that because it's like, man, how you get?
Yeah.
People never say Canton, Mississippi. And you know what's funny is, long as I've been with the Cantons, this past Thursday, for Mr. Harvey Watkins Jr., his mom passed away.
Mhm.
This past Thursday is the first time I've ever been to Canton, Mississippi. I've never been to Canton, so everybody always like, man, how you get with the Cantons? How did that even happen?
Right.
So basically in 2013, I want to say,
Okay.
um, I think, yeah. So a guy named Keenan Nichols, who is a good brother and friend to me, he had got with them. I think he had left another group, and then he had a conversation with Chief, and he got with them. And long story short, we rode together to a convention. He was there singing with them, and I was there playing. But I think we might have rode there together, or something like that, or had a conversation while we was there, something of that sort. And he's telling me like, man, I'm with the Cans. I'm like, man, that's crazy. Because I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, that's crazy. You singing with the Cans. I remember seeing him on YouTube. It was just exciting. So he did that, and then he asked me like, man, would you come ride with me sometime? Like, man, I'm sure he'll let you. So previously, from traveling with another group, I already had, anybody know Chief. He don't mind having his number and stuff. So I
Right.
had
Right. Right.
Chief's number already. And I'm sure he kind of knew who he was, but he ain't really know exactly who I was. But whatever. And he might, because he has a good memory of folk. So he might have. Anyhow, Keenan's like, man, we going to Montgomery this week. You want to go? So I'm like, yeah. So me being me, for whatever reason, I text Harvey directly, and I was just like, hey, Chief, hey, do you mind if I come with y'all this week? You know, Keenan, my friend Keenan sings with y'all now. You mind if I ride with him? And he was like, of course, or something he said, like, yes, sir. And then he said, he waited a little minute, and he texted back and was like, and make sure you bring your guitar. And I was like, so it went from I'm riding with Keenan to I'm playing with the Kansas. So man, we rode to Montgomery, and we played. I remember being super nervous.
I can
Just
imagine.
I mean, just grateful, just believe, like outer body experience, just like I'm here with the Cantons. You trying to figure out how things go, how they are or whatever. You just want to make sure for the
Right.
kind of
Right.
person I am, I just want to make sure I fit in to what was going on. I wanted to make a good impression. So when we got done singing or whatever show, we did the show, and it was real good. We got off stage, and as we were leaving, Harvey was like, hey man, he was like, I enjoyed you. I appreciate you coming, young man. You know how he is. He's just
Yeah.
not. And I was like, man, I said, man, I would love to come anytime, anytime I can ride, I'm gonna try to come with, if that's okay with you. He said, well, I tell you what, if you want to, you can just come every time. I said, don't tell me that. Like, don't tell me I can come. So from that conversation, like I said, 2013, that's been over 10 years ago. Literally, I went after that, I did not miss. I did not, I wasn't even really technically in the group. I think remember asking one day, like, can I be a cat spiritual? I had been traveling with him for like I had been traveling with him for like 10 years. I mean, not 10 years. No, I'm lying. Like 2 years or so.
Yeah.
And I asked him, like, gee, am I kidding? He's like, boy, you been a cat spiritual. I was like, I just want to make sure you say I am.
Right.
But yeah, man, that was an incredible. That's how I got with them through Mr. Keenan Nichols. And even when Keenan left, I made the sacrifice. I just felt led to stay. And I remember making the sacrifice to stay and drive, even sometimes by myself. And then, of course, at different times, Jordan got to come with me. I got to bring him out to play Oregon.
Yeah, I remember Jordan. Yep.
For a little while, the lead singer for the Daniel Brothers now, he ended up coming and riding with me sometimes. So I got to take my son. And so, yeah, man, that's been a really, really good thing. Yeah.
So you were driving from Ohio every weekend?
To wherever we had to sing.
Boy, hold on. I got you. Man, you talking about some dedication?
Man, I was in love with the music, and I was in love with being a part of what was going on. And I think that, and I'm not saying there wasn't times where I was not tired or not like, man, I don't feel like going, but I was just supposed to be there when I was there. I could feel it, like it every time I would feel like, man, I'm kind of tired. Like, I think it's normal to feel like in times where it's like, man, it's a lot. It's a lot to travel. I'm just talking about just the drive, and just like that could be a lot. Sometimes we sing in one area, we gotta go across. We've had times where we sing across country, and it's like Maryland got to get in and help me drive. You know what I'm saying? Or so it was very tiring, but I was supposed to be there to learn everything that I was supposed to learn while I was there. I was supposed to be there, and yeah, man. So I think that was I think when you're supposed to be in a place, God just gives you a grace to kind of like I know we got a long way to go, but nah, this is where I'm supposed to be. So I've always believed in being that person who I just want to be where I'm supposed to be. And I felt that at that time. So I was going. It didn't matter.
Gotcha.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, so what's your favorite camp spiritual song to play?
To play? Ooh. I don't know. That's a good question. That makes me think. I think it may be. It got to be between like Hallelujah Square. I really maybe Hallelujah Square. I really like playing Hallelujah Square. I like.
Gotcha. Yeah. What about Hello Mother?
I like Hello Mother too. Yeah, I like Hello Mother. I like playing that. It gets that blues. It's kind of remind me of some of that Dayton singing that used to go on back my way. So I like that too. Yeah.
Let's see what else I got. So you leave the Cantons to go to your next endeavor, which is.
So for my next endeavor was Fred Hammond. Technically, between him and I did some dates with Kurt Carr.
I never knew that.
Oh yeah. So I did Kurt Carr, and I have to mention. Let me add this because I did not say this when I was naming people I traveled with. I also traveled with Glenn Jones, and I also traveled with Tony Terry. And those on the R&B side as well. But I traveled with both of them with a band called Vibe 5 for a little bit. And I think they still play with them here and there. But then Fred Hammond, Kurt Carr, I did like a live recording thing with Kurt Carr. And then Fred Hammond, I started doing that maybe, what was that, 2022, I think. Something like that. It might have been 21, into 21 or something like that.
Wasn't it during the pandemic?
Yes, like the end of the No, so you're right. It's like, well, it was like the end of the pandemic. Like into 21 going into 22, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So now Fred is one of my, top 2 singers all time. I used to think I was gonna turn out to be Fred Hammond. I said, man, I'm gonna be big and light skinned when I get Man, I've been crazy about that dude since I was long as I can remember, man.
Man, he's incredible, man.
So how did you make that connection?
So, okay, which I didn't add this part. I also played with Darwin Hobbs because Darwin
Man.
Hobbs is from Darwin is from Cincinnati. So I played with Darwin at a church every Sunday. And to us, he's just them saying like he's definitely Darwin Hobbs, but he's just Uncle Darwin.
Right, right.
So I played with him at church for maybe like 2 years. When I left, he called me back to do like a recording thing he did, or he was getting ready to do, but the recording never happened because of the pandemic. Okay, but we still recorded like a single for the studio. And then I played on it, and I think I can't remember how it happened. Somebody was like, "Man, you should post the video of you playing on that record."
Mm.
And I end up posting it, and Fred ends up seeing the video and hits me up on Instagram.
Wow.
So I'm like, you know, but I think he had hit Darwin up first to reach out to me, and then
Mm.
however it went, then he hit me up on Instagram. And was like, "What up, nephew?" Like, so it started out me just playing records. So I played on a couple of records before I even played with him.
Mm.
So then the Sunday Morning Fred comes up, the album we did, it comes up in like that week. I don't know if he didn't have a guitar player or if he just decided last minute to get one. Cause we had been talking, but that week of, he was like, "Hey, you want to do, you know what I'm saying? Come down for this warehouse thing. We're gonna do. It's gonna be live recording, blah blah." I'm like, okay. So I make my way down there, and like it's like a list like of songs in one song. That medley that's on there, it's like 20. So I'm in rehearsals. I mean,
Mm.
grilling,
Mm.
like grilling through music. So I end up playing that record. But yeah, Fred is that's how I so through Darwin, through that IG situation, that's how I ended up getting looped in with him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. And from Fred, you go to Babyface, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
So
how do we make that connection?
so my homie Walt Barnes.
Okay.
Walt
Shout
Burger
out to
my
Walt.
guy too,
Yeah.
but not Walt Burger. Walt
Shout-
Barnes hits me up a year. This is when I start playing with Fred. So I'm like, I just started playing with Fred. I'm like, first of all, Laura, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't play with Kirk Carr, Fred. And my homie, I got a homie, man, who me and him was close. I don't know if you know who Monte Lacey is. Me and him close.
I don't.
I'm telling on him right here. Anyhow, me and him talking, and he like, bro, you must about to die or something, bro. Like if John Mayer caught. So anyhow, that was funny. Anyhow, I I get the call from Walt, and he's like, man, you know, um, talking about the gig, and that's just how we ended up. I ended up auditioning a few different times, and long story short, where they called me, I think his manager called me, left me a voice message like, he wants you to come play. So I
Mm.
got to do some really cool things with him too, and like some stuff with just me and him. It was just that was amazing. That was like really amazing.
Wow.
I'm actually leaving this Thursday to Friday, and I got to do a gig with them overseas.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. Yes, sir.
Man, and it's just on to even say I know you.
Yeah, man. Please, bro. To God
Man.
be the glory, man. I'm really grateful. I understand that there's millions of people, guitarists who could really do what I do and probably do it better. I think, like I said again, God just gives you a grace to be to do the stuff that you do. It's just when it's for you, it's for you. And
Right.
I don't claim to be like such a skillful guitar player. I've been good enough where people have decided to allow me to play. That's all I ever wanted since I was a kid. I just wanted to play. I didn't have to be the best. I just wanted to be a part of what was going on and play my part well enough to be a part where it ain't like you terrible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just
Being,
wanted,
being that
not
weak
being
link.
funny. And if you terrible, keep working on it. I don't mean any harm, but I just wanted. I promise I don't mean any harm. I really just wanted. I remember watching my earlier, like we going back to what I was saying earlier. My earliest memories are from my brothers, my older brothers, doing this thing that felt like, man, that's something I'm supposed to do.
Mhm.
So for me, it was always a gratitude, a humbleness that came with every gig. I don't
Right,
care who
right,
I was playing with. It was always like, man, I get to play. And not that I get to show off, but I get to be a part of a collective
right.
band that feels like, man, we're playing something, we're doing something that people enjoy together. That's all I wanted to do. So
Exactly.
now I'm grateful, bro. I'm serious, man. I'm grateful, man.
And I feel the same way. Like when I play with Roy, it was like because I found out about Roy, I was like in high school, and so it was like, yeah, they all right. Because I like the quartet around there, but it was like, hey, it's
Well, you didn't
cool.
really like Quartet. I got yeah, he said it. They all right.
And so then once I actually got into it, I was like, man, this actually feel good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a
So
whole nother. Once you get into it, it's almost like another culture and language. It's like
it's wild, man. And I
Quartet is
mean,
changing a little bit, but when I first started in Quartet, it feels a little bit different now, but it's still a essence of it still there. And there's a lot of people that still do it hardcore, like how it was done, like when I was even before my time when we was coming up. But either way, there is an essence. There's a subtle essence
it
to
is
all of it. Yeah,
right,
yeah, bro.
man. And oh yes, do he like quartet? I feel like he actually he listens to it.
You know what, bro? I'm not going. I can't answer that question because I don't know. I
Really?
mean, we play quartet stuff and he get in, so I can imagine. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's me and Walt number
Right.
one. You know what I'm saying? We gonna play quartet. I'm talking about we be on in soundcheck playing keynotes,
Yeah.
mighty clouds, and he'll get his guitar like when we sound check, he'll start playing along. Like if you notice that video I posted of from Tiny Desk,
Yeah.
we're on there playing a drive. He on there with us like hey, I'll tell you who surprised me when we did that thing for Tiny Desk and I met Tank, bro.
Mhm.
He started talking to me about real quartet music.
He is a quartet head.
I'm like, oh, you know who the Gonaires, you know who, like, okay, you talking about the Haiti singers,
Yeah.
you know some history. You
He a
don't just
quartet
know,
head, man.
yeah, you ain't just naming the cans and the clouds. You going deeper to. I'm like, okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, yeah.
When he
He real knowledgeable.
when he brought up the Everetties, I'm like, okay. He like, I'm trying to tell you, I'm quartet. He like, I'm more quartet than you. I'm like,
He said he had to go where the money was at.
yeah, I'm like, all right, okay. Yeah, man.
Man,
Yes, sir.
so and you got your own group as well, right?
Yes, sir. The Dedicated Souls, man.
Got you.
Yes,
So how
sir.
did you start them?
So Dedicated started from me, a guy named James Clay from Cincinnati. He plays drums, plays bass, incredible. James Clay, me, and India. Do you know Restored? The group Restored
Out of
of
Cincinnati?
Cincinnati. Yeah,
Yeah.
some girls.
Mhm.
Okay, so Tinky and India used to sing with Dedicated years and years and years ago.
Wow.
So we had several phases. We had females background at one point. But anyhow, India was one of the people who sings with them. She sings with Swana sometimes too.
Right.
She was there when we first started. Darius Byers, I don't know if you know him.
Not by name.
Quintez Matthews, who used to be the lead singer for Standard.
Okay.
Tall guy. He the one named the group Dedicated. I wasn't even the lead singer. I was playing bass.
Wow.
Who else did we have? James' uncle, who passed away. His name was Johnny. He sang with the Five Blind Boys of
Okay.
Mississippi, but he also was a member. Like we started all together. We kind of started singing in James' basement, and from then on, we just had different. Jason, Jason Herring, who plays with William Singers.
Yeah.
He's played with us, played drums with us at one point, played keys with us. Are you familiar with Osby Berry?
Not
Okay,
right off.
you're familiar with Mike Todd, right?
Yeah, I know him.
Okay, so his worship lead singer, one of his worship leaders, is a guy named Ozzy Bear. He used to sing with us as well. He sang with us sometime.
Okay.
So we started back in Cincinnati, man, back in 2001, like 7 or 8, oh 08. And all the time that we've been singing, I've played and sang with different people. So we have never like been a group that really set out to be like just like, but when we can do it, that was the, you know what I'm saying? So here lately we've done a little bit more, and the more I grew into, and especially when I first got to Kansas, I took a long break from it. We didn't sing at
Right.
all. And then you know how when it is when you're younger Negroes don't want to show up,
Yeah.
act right. Man, listen, I'm Kansas, bro.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all do what y'all gonna do over there. I'm going over here.
Listen, and for a long time, I really had gave that up. I had gave, doing dedicated at all. I back before I got with Kansas, I really before I started really singing heavy with them. At one point, I was just like, if we sing sometimes and cool, if not, not at all, ever again. I was cool, but then later on, that's how Keith and John and those different ones, because they weren't the original members, but they were a couple of people who were around who was like, man, they remembered my group because we did put like a single out, and then we were on program with a couple of them a couple times. We won the GMWA of 2000 and what 8 or whatever year that was. We won GMWA, the Cortez side. So a couple of people remembered us who had got an opportunity to hear us or whatever. And John was one, and Keith was one. Well, John was one, not Keith, but John was one. And I remember him being like, "Man, you need to start that group back. Like, bro, I'll play for you." I'm like, "How you gonna play for me? You in Chicago?" So, but for as long as we have been able to, we have pulled together when it's time to go sing and just make it happen. I said I'll always do that because it's something that's I know it's in my heart for me to do. So yeah, man, that's how dedicated started. But we still rolling a little bit. We don't do a whole lot. We like to sing and we like to do it for the right reasons and when we can go when it's affordable and all those sorts of things. So yeah, man, yeah.
And I want to go back to something you said a little earlier. How you said you was raised by your grandmama.
Yes,
I
sir.
can it actually it shows all over you because like your mannerisms and it's just the way you carry yourself. I knew
Yes,
it
sir.
was a reason I knew I liked you for a reason. You don't like how some guys just think they just so much better than everybody or
Yeah,
they get fame, it go to their head.
no.
You ain't never showed that side
No,
ever. And
no,
so
bro. I've been around people who are that way, and I got a couple of friends who are still stuck in that way, but I just never been able to do it because
right,
I remember, I guess, even throughout my career, where other people see things that I'm doing as whatever they see it as, I just look at it as an opportunity still. I
right,
never look at it like I'm just locked in, bro. And you know what I'm saying? I got this gig. Yeah. I look
right,
at it like, man, every time I get a call to um, do something at a different level on a different side of music, it'd be like, man, I'm still. I think
right.
gratitude keeps you in a spot where you don't get too arrogant because it's like I'm just so grateful to be here.
Yeah,
I really don't know how to get to that point, and I'm
yeah,
confident that the fact that I'm there and I know what I can do as far as my job, don't
right.
take away from the confidence, but the gratefulness part is coupled there where it's like, bro, I can only get so far with that cocky stuff, bro. Like, which I don't get anywhere with it. And
Right.
I think people have wanted me to be more cocky than I am. I'm like, bro, listen, I know where my blessings come from, bro.
Exactly. And a lot of people don't realize, man, you can always be replaced.
Absolutely.
No,
Absolutely, man. You know what I'm saying, on that level if you want to, but God, He takes the highest ones.
right, right,
Sometimes we have our time and we feel like, I've always been afraid of that. You know what I'm saying? And I've which is the reason why I am also because my grandmother raised me, but life has just shown me how, I've lived a little bit long enough to see people be at the height of what they're doing and to come down to a very low place because of their mentality. So
right.
for me, it has always been sobering to see. So for me, it kept me in a place where it's like, you got to make sure you are straight and in a place where you're not being over arrogant. You're not being trying to act like you don't want to speak to people, trying to be like you the man or you. Because listen, we break one hand, or
That's
my
it.
can't sing no more, or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
who are you then? You know. And I'd rather be a friend. I'd rather be a person that's a friend that's more integral than to be somebody that's off putting and controversial all the time. Or I
Right,
just
right.
I can't do that.
And then you, of course, you do kind of got to have like some sort of a balance because some people just try, they'll take you being like a nice guy.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, I lost you, man. Somebody was trying to call me. Go ahead. My
Okay, yeah,
bad, bro.
like some people take you, being that humble person, and they're trying to use that, to get close to you, just to try and tear you down. So I know
Oh
that
yeah,
comes with a sense of, discernment, all
yeah.
that kind of plays a part too.
And a great part about that is too, is about your prayer life. Like
Right.
being willing, like I know we young and we, I feel like they try to put a stigma to people who are quartet sometimes. But
Yeah.
I was just, but I was just raised a way where it's like I grew up in quartet, and not that you can't have both. I don't know why you can't have both. Like I'm very strong in my prayer life. So what I can't discern every morning in this very room that I'm in now, bro, I come in here and I pray every single morning. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that as a flex. I'm saying that as I understand that I need the Lord. So certain things that I can't see or I don't feel because I'm so busy being a nice person, I pray like, Lord, if that ain't for me, I don't want that. Constantly, that's my prayer. Lord, keep me intertwined and connected to the people who are my help, my people. And anything that ain't like you, anything that I shouldn't be connected to that ain't for me, keep that away from me. I want
Right.
to live and I ain't always prayed that prayer, but my older days, I'm getting a little older and I'm
Yeah.
starting to realize like, because what you're talking about has happened. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You
Oh
get those
yeah.
people who they don't mean well, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I've learned how to be like, Lord, when I don't, what I don't see, you see. Keep them away. And also on the other side, I'm not just negative, but the positive side of that is continue to pray for the people who are supposed to be in life. Lord, don't let me do anything to keep these people away from me or connect me with those folks. You know what I'm saying? So that's the other side of that prayer. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, if you had to give your younger self a word of advice about the road and doing music and pursuing what you're doing now, what would you tell yourself?
Trust what you feel. That's what I would tell my younger self. I've made a lot of mistakes on like not necessarily on the road, but considering to decide to do certain things
Yeah.
that I really didn't have to do. And I've had a pretty good run so far. It's not much that I feel like I should have done differently. Couple of things, but not a lot. But if it's something I could tell myself as a general statement,
Yeah.
period, it would be trust what you feel. And sometimes what you feel goes against what you want to do, but trust it enough
Yeah.
to know that that's the feeling you should follow. You felt that, go with that.
Yeah. The gut feeling, you usually don't be wrong.
No, it don't be wrong. It don't be wrong. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that would be my one thing. Like, man, that feeling you get in your gut, brother. Trust that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
So what kind of shows do you have coming up?
So we're going to the closest thing. We're going to St. Lucia with Babyface on Friday.
Okay.
Um, that's when I leave, and then I'll be getting back like Monday or Tuesday, playing with Fred Hammond in Cincinnati at
Wow.
I Hear Music, and then the only thing that I know for sure, I got something between then, but I don't know. I'm not looking at it. Don't get me in trouble. Be like, man, you said you ain't had nothing. You,
Yeah,
you told me you gonna be. Nah.
I
But
got
I
you.
know the dedicated. We're singing in June 22nd in Cincinnati, which is
Okay.
gonna be dope. That's going back home, and then
Sure.
we're singing in Florida August 2nd, Orlando August 2nd, and Chicago August 25th. Everything else is kind of blind to me. I don't know, little stuff I got, but
Right,
yeah,
right,
that's
right.
what I'm doing right now, man.
Okay.
And I mostly just track like you was talking about Fred. I'm did some tracks for him yesterday. Well, yeah, early this morning. So that's what I be trying to do. Like get that little, as much. because it can get you can get overloaded on that. So I'll do
Yeah.
I got a family, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gotta, you know,
Gotta have that balance. Yeah.
when you're younger, you ain't got no family. You can get in there and record all day,
Work
learn
all day
all
with
day.
no interruption.
And I remember being in that stage where I was learning and picking up stuff, and I could just play all day and go to the church and play out, pick up somebody, go to Guitar Center, play there all day. Those days is gone. I'm having this when I gotta get done with this. I gotta go eat, and I make sure I eat on time so I can go to church on time. Like life is different.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So that honestly was just about everything I had.
All right, man.
As far as
that,
yeah, because I know you say you got stuff to do, so I don't want to hold you.
Man, I'm actually good because we started so early, man. If you think anything, bro, I'm good, man.
Okay.
I ain't got nothing but time.
Let's see what else. What else can I ask you? Okay, who is one of your favorite quartet singers of all time?
Harvey Watkins Jr., man.
Okay.
And that's not a biased answer because I mean he was Harvey way before I stopped playing with him.
Yeah.
But him, Tim Rogers. Oh my God.
Yeah. Tim is crazy.
Tim, George Dean. I just played for George Dean this past Sunday. My first time ever playing for George Dean. I enjoyed it too. George Dean is one. Favorite singers. I mean, it's a lot of them. But if people I really took to, I feel like I'm leaving some people out.
You know, you got an extensive resume because every time we talk about something, you be like, man, I played for Prince a couple of years ago. I just played for Beyonce. Like you just keep naming.
Man, the Lord has just been good. I don't even know. Listen, I think about it sometimes. Like, man, I see something on Facebook or Instagram that's either a memory,
right,
or a person that I've played with for somebody. And I'll be like, dang, I did do that. And that's not like I said, it's not a flex. It just be like, dang, man,
right. Like me out of everybody, all these people.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Like I was listening to this Dorinda song. Somebody sent. I worked with Asif, and he sent me like a mix of a song that I played or something he sent that I had already played. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot about that. Complete. I'm thinking he let me hear somebody else play. It was me. Or I'm gonna tell you what happens all the time. Me and Mario, we always think like, is it me or you? Like when I hear a song, I don't know quite. I'll be like, is that me or Mario? Because I don't remember playing that. I always blame it on Mario.
he got a mean resume too.
Yes, sir. A mean one. I'm also, but okay. Besides music, let me just add this. I'm also a very big reader, bro. I love to read.
Okay.
I got a nice little library here between this room and my living room. I got a bunch of books, bro.
Gotcha.
Books everywhere. Read.
So when your free time, what is something that you like to do besides read? Like,
here lately, the gym, bro. I had lost. Man, I lost about over 100 pounds, bro. That's when I was vegan, bro. Then I but I'm back now. I just started a freaking boot camp type deal with Quintez Render.
Yeah.
And so yeah.
No ribs for you, huh?
No. I can eat ribs, but they gotta be on but I don't really eat ribs like that. But I can eat the meat, but it gotta be, I can't put no whole bunch of breading on it. It need to be either grilled or cooked this prepared a certain way, but you can eat it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bro. You can pretty much eat whatever you want to as long as it's a real food. I can eat that. So today I can smell my wife in there cooking. Lord have mercy. I'm having look. I think we should make some kind of meat with some onions and peppers and things of that sort.
Yes, sir.
Like Caesar salad. So that's been another hurdle, man. So I think that's every day for me, something that I'm working on, really trying to get this weight down. I want to be healthy. So
Yeah.
that's most of my focus between books, my children, taking care of them. My oldest son is back with me. He's living up here in Georgia with me. He plays drums. He plays bass. He's playing football.
Okay.
So we
Pretty
got
real wound.
oh yeah, man. Yeah. He's actually playing bass at church with me now, man. It's hilarious just looking over at him. I'm like, hey.
That got to be a really, really proud moment.
He played drums for Dedicated the last time we sung when we was in Dothan.
That was your son?
That was my son playing drums.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. I'm uber proud of him, man, because he's always been hands on the piano. I got a piano here. He's hands in, always on piano, bass, and so to see him actually like playing at church, getting paid to play, I'm like,
Is you all over again,
bro? He playing bass. I was listening to him like, okay, all right.
And you play everything, right?
Just about. I at one point I tried to be a drummer, but I just don't know how to. Like if it's in the studio, I can figure out how to play. Like I play a couple of songs on my record.
Okay.
But I don't have the endurance.
That is key.
Like it ain't the wind. It's the like my hands be tore up, bro.
Man, tell me about it.
Yeah, bro. I can't. I had to pull the Tony Bush. I had to get me some gloves. I had to get me some OJs, man, before I. But I'm not really no drummer like that. I could figure out a song if I cut it. You know what I'm saying? Like I could do that, but like playing live, absolutely not. I do play keys. I play keys at my church.
Okay.
Play organ at my church. Play bass and guitar. Yeah.
Man, must be nice.
Yeah. At one point, bro, I was more of a bass player than a guitar player.
I don't think I did. You played bass in Dothan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I played for Trey's and them, daddy. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm rusty now, man.
Man, you still got it.
I'm rusty now, but I mean, I still play on records and stuff like that. My records and doing my record with so I'm doing Dedicated, of course, but I also do a thing called poetry.
Okay.
So I end up playing really most of all of that stuff that's on there. Yeah.
Okay, so as far as like traveling wise between the Cantons, Fred, and Babyface, are there a lot of similarities as far as like scheduling and how you prepare for different gigs and sound checks and all that?
Well, I think I'll start with the Cantons. With the Cantons, it's pretty simple because I even though I don't know what we're gonna sing, I know all the music that we've been doing.
Right.
And like you just kind of really Billy, Shan, and Merlin are so lot you know, and then they got a guitar player now. I don't really have to prepare so much. And like I said, we know what we're gonna kind of do.
Right.
With Fred, it depends on how long it's been since I played with him. So like it's been a minute since I played for him. When I'm gonna play for him on the 17th, I need to sit down all over again and listen. Because even though I remember it, it's so much music that a couple of things are kind of slip your mind.
Does he have a set list or he goes off the crowd or?
So the great thing about Fred is that, you know, if he call a song, we pretty much doing it the same way all the time. The tricky thing about Babyface is if they change one song, if it's connected to another song, now you got a new intro and outro to that song.
Okay.
So especially like now, if it's a one-off, like you just did the song and we're done, cool. But if it's inside that medley, one of the medleys, then it's like now we got to connect this new song in this new spot with a new intro, outro to get to that song and get out of this. So that so you got to stay on your P's and Q's about that because you don't want to be playing the old intro going to an old song that they don't do no
more. Does he use stems or y'all play everything live?
It's mostly live. There's a few stems, but it's mostly live.
Okay.
Yeah. And all the guitar that you're hearing, all the the stuff you see up there that we playing, all of that stuff is live. Now you're gonna hear like some the legendary price stuff kind of come in, you know, that's from the record. You can tell like, oh, that's from the record. Or
Yeah.
sometimes even if you hear it live, when I was there, Cliff or Erskine, they're playing the record. So
Are there certain sounds like he looks like he has to have in the songs?
he liked the essence of the record. So
Okay.
if you listen to like let's say boom, every time I close my eyes, that
Okay.
sign lead that's in there is gonna be it got to be in there. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like certain stuff you can tell, like it's like I don't even the song, but it's like where is that?
Yeah.
You know, the signature stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all the signature stuff is in there, or someone is playing. A lot of times with Face, you know, I think the thing that might be most stemmed out is when you can hear like, oh, I hear his vocals singing background. Of course, that's stems. You know,
Right.
but everything else you hear, man, a lot of the stuff you're gonna hear is actually that's it.
That's amazing.
Yep, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mm. Let's see what else we got. Um, um, hmm. You know what?
What, man?
Let me go to some of these comments. I forgot
Okay.
about this. Let's
Okay.
check this out. See if anybody asked.
Yeah, I was about to go to the comments too. I'm like, I don't know if somebody's saying that. I don't want to be, rude.
Yeah. Let's see. Coach Spoon said, okay, this was early. He said, what about Tony? I guess, is that one of your influences?
You said what now?
Is Tony one of your influences?
I've listened to Tony, but I can't say that that's the person that I listen to heavy.
Okay.
Like I really didn't listen, but I did listen to the things that Juba was playing, which is kind of that Tony style, Tony style, which is like on whose record, like Tweet's record.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Listening to Warren Campbell's production,
Right.
you kind of hear Juba. So but no, I really didn't. I didn't really come up on them.
I feel you.
I see somebody said love Porchy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Let me see.
I appreciate that.
Casey said, I bless all of my help every day.
hey, so I see, hold on, I see who's that, Lavelle Daniel. All right, that's like a little bruh. So at one point he used to travel with me with the games. And we went somewhere. I forgot that he was even in the car with me and Keenan. And Keenan ran over Armadillo. Hey man, I ain't thought about that in years. I ain't thought about that. I see my homie on here too, Trey Merritt. What up,
What
brother?
up, Trey?
That's my boy. Yeah, man.
Antonio Wright said, what year did you play with the Williams Singers?
Please don't ask me no year. I really it kind of all go together. Let me see. What year? I want to say like 2000 and like 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there in them years. It's somewhere in them years, but I came back and played like several different times after that. So
right.
Yeah.
Abronia said, are you familiar with Lawrence Jones?
Lawrence. Oh, absolutely. He was there with Fred before I came around.
Okay.
Lawrence Jones from Chicago. Okay, so Lavelle said from 2011, 30. Okay. See, there you go. He know better than I do.
Give it up for Lavelle.
Glad somebody knows, because I don't remember.
Let's see. Anything else?
Yeah, man.
I think.
And shout out
Derek Loman said, how do I audition for the Souls?
How do you audition? Who said that?
Derek Loman.
Listen, just call me. Just call me, Doc.
So, but who is Lawrence Jones?
Lawrence Jones is a guitar player from Chicago. I think he played. I don't get if I'm wrong. I know I'm not wrong about who I'm about to say. I don't know if he's still there, but last I knew, he plays for Jennifer Hudson now. But he used to play for Fred. I'm not sure who else he's played for. Really good brother. I met him. Chris Payton, a lot of those guys during the time I was going to Guitar Summit. Very incredible guys, and they still working these days. Work some of the best out there. Yeah.
Have you had the chance to play with Commission, or that's like just something totally different?
I have not played with Commission, but I've played on some songs that they're doing. I think that's what I played on yesterday. Fred, I think Staten and Marcus Cole are doing something together.
Yeah, they're doing that trio.
Okay, so I'm playing on that record, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he's with Lauryn Hill now, somebody said. Okay.
Antonio said, do you ever help Fussy with making records?
I have not worked with Fussy on a record. He called me and I sang on one of Prodigy's. I'm not sure if it's out yet, but I sang on a record for Prodigy, and I think I might have played guitar or bass on a couple of songs or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Appreciate that, Coach. He said he's proud of both of us, and we're true pros and class acts.
Man, I appreciate that, man. To God be the glory. I really do mean. I know people get tired of me saying that, but I really do mean that, man.
Oh yeah. But you know, some people they will say that as a cliche, and they
big-headed as they want to be. Mean it, and I'm kind of a very intentional speaker, so that's how I truly feel. You know.
Let's see. I think that's all the comments that I see.
He's too young to be into gospel music. Did you ever? Oh, you talking about like coming up? Did I have people? Oh no. What? When I was coming up, you know, we love gospel music, even the young folk.
Right.
Yeah. What guitars inspire you? It's hard for me to say. I have a lot of guitar players. I think if I had to say one, mainly, John Mayer is just
wow.
He's a wower. Yeah. He made me hear guitar differently. I got an older brother named Kevon who he plays guitar too, but the main thing, like, he brought me around listening to people like that. He was responsible for me like hearing like John Patitucci and Richard Bona and Chick Corea and folks like that. There was a guy named Wilbert Longmire in Cincinnati. Y'all look him up. He's like a George Benson of Cincinnati, man. He was incredible older guy. I'm forgetting one person. Y'all don't know this person at all, probably, more than likely, but it was a guy from my hometown named Otis Smith, who was just the baddest guitar player I have ever heard.
That's a guitar player name.
He was smooth and aggressive. And when I tell you this, I told Rod about him when I got with the cat. I was like, bro, this guy, I ain't never in my life, still to this day, heard nobody play no guitar, like quartet guitar, like so big, but also got all the, like, when I was coming up, nowadays I feel like it's like, a lot of people got more scales and bluesy stuff. When I was coming up, you weren't big.
Yeah, them big old chords. Well, you don't need no keyboard player.
What? You want to play? And I don't care what, it changes and then, to each his own. But when I was coming up, if you didn't know how to play no big chords, you was just chicken picking. Yeah. And a lot of games now, they require just, I ain't degrading, but a lot of kids, they don't require no whole bunch of, I'm not going to be with Fred playing like bang, bang. You know what I mean? But it's a place for it. And, man, Otis Smith, he's dead and gone now, man. But that fella, to this day, I have cassette tapes and I listen to him every once in a while. And he's on there. Lavelle, Otis Smith. he's on there playing stuff like I'm like, is it two guitar players or is just one? Like, Lavelle will tell you, if Lavelle my line, bro. Jason Herring from the Williams Singers, if he was on here, he'd tell you, bro. All of that, if you ever hear Jason Herring playing keyboard, sometimes he played like a guitar player. He get all that from all that certain kind of style. That you hear me, you hear you hear Jason Herring, you're listening to Otis Smith, bro.
Wow.
I promise you, bro. But he had some other stuff with it. And that's been when I was a little boy. And I thought it was just because I was a little boy. I listened to it when I was a grown man, like, oh my God.
Yeah, he really was playing.
Man, what? He was playing for real. Back then, he was already playing. Like we trying to play now. He was already doing that back then.
Man, that takes some special skill to do that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yes, sir. Absolutely. And he kept up with the times. Man. And that's unfortunately he gone.
A lot of people can't do that. They get so comfortable in what they're doing until they forget music changes, man.
Yeah, it changes. It's changing. Mm-hmm. Unless you're going to lock into your thing, if you got a thing that you done started, but if you're trying to be relevant and keep up with the new artists or the new things that might come around, you better keep up. Unless you got your own thing and you kind of gradually, you can take it different ways. But a lot of them older cats who got an established thing, they get to still play whatever they was playing back then, and we still enjoy it.
Like Earth, Wind, and Fire, people like that.
Yeah,
they locked in.
Like that. It's like you got the choice. You got to learn nothing else. Man, just think about that. When you get like somebody like Earth, Wind, them fellas ain't got to learn nothing. If they don't want to, they can play what they've been playing for. It is always gonna be legendary. That's what makes me bad. That's another level of bad, man.
Man, like a whole different other stratosphere.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's see. Coach asked me. He said, "Who is my favorite quartet keyboard players?" Of course, Wallace. I enjoyed Cheeseburger.
Oh my God!
Cheeseburger was just like he was something serious.
Man, Cheeseburger played with us with the Cantons in Dayton. I was just like, oh my God! You know who else I liked?
Who?
The guy that used to play for Slim, the skinny guy.
Slim.
Supreme Angel. He had a skinny, little short haircut guy. Hey, when you get off of here, go look at. A matter of fact, I'm gonna send you a video of this guy playing with Slim. I promise you, bro. And he right. When I tell you he right, bro, he right. I'm serious, bro. What is that?
Hey, we got our other co-host coming up, Mr. Trayshawn Patterson. Give him a great big hand.
What up, my boy?
What's good?
Man, how you feeling, man?
Man, chilling, man. How about you?
Man, I'm better than I deserve, brother.
He always having phone issues.
Can y'all compare both of y'all experience with
Roy and the legend since you have played with both groups?
I've only played with Roy maybe twice. I played with Legends a couple times. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna go first, brother. I'm gonna say what's on my spirit.
Go ahead.
I don't hardly get mad. I'm a pretty nice person. But man, I went to Detroit, Michigan, with the Legends. Don't y'all know we sung 2 days, and Allen ain't sing not one drive. Made me upset.
He slow walked him.
That made me upset, man.
Man, I want to drive, man.
Listen, I ain't even gotta play. I just want to hear the drive.
You feel it while you on the stage.
I said, he ain't gonna sing not one drive. I done drove all this way. I don't care about my money. Sing the drive.
Right.
That's
knock me out. Man. Let me see. I mean, of course, it's always whatever you do, it's always gonna be, ups and downs. But
Yeah.
the good times always to me have outweighed the bad, and that's why I'm still traveling.
Yes,
Because
sir.
it's like you build. It's more so like a brotherhood that you build, and so
Yes,
like
sir.
I ain't got no brothers, so I mean I look at all y'all like pretty much family. So
Wow, man.
yeah,
Wow.
so I appreciate Roy, Allen, all the guys, man. Like
Yeah.
real solid people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we all kind of been, if you think about it, man, we all, I mean, we get our one-on-one ones at different times, man, but we've all been around each other for a very long time.
Yeah,
We all been
real.
around I mean, for years and years. We've been around.
Trey, Antonio said, "How did you get started playing with John P. Key?"
How did I get started playing with John P. Key? Uh, I guess it's just a good thing to know people sometimes.
Yeah,
Honestly, Chris Darden, shout out to my little brother. He got picked up over a YouTube video. I think John discovered him through YouTube, found his video, and it just so happened, bro. The weekend of the Potter's house, they needed a fill-in, and I was the first one he called. And ever since then, I just been locked in.
That's how I go.
give it up for Trey, y'all.
That's how I
Oh,
go.
whoop.
Shout out to my bro Chris, man. Shout out to my bro Chris and Uncle John for letting the nigga even sit in.
Let's see. Um, Somebody said who? Quincy. Who is Quincy?
Quincy who?
Jeremy Collins said Quincy. I don't know if he's asking. I don't know. Abronia said, "What about Bootsy? Bootsy Collins? Tone, you play for him?
I played on a track for Boozy Collins. I've never
I
played
told
with
you forgot. I knew you.
Yeah.
You
I
were gonna
played
leave somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, I played on track for Boozy. But that's Cincinnati, man. It's not fair. That's Cincinnati. You know what I'm saying? If you in
Man.
Cincinnati, you ain't at least met Boosie once. I mean, he got his own restaurant in the city, so I mean,
Is it good?
it's a Jeff Ruby's, so
Oh, okay.
yeah. I mean, it's off the chain. It's expensive now.
Oh yeah, food good when you gotta pay for it.
Oh yes, sir. Now.
Food be good, you gotta pay.
Lavelle said, "No knock to nobody else, but he's the only one that need to be playing bass for Tim."
Hey man, hey, I remember when I want to remember I was first when I heard Trey play. And I said, "Now where's this skinny? Where he come from?
Bass bigger than he is."
What is? I mean, he wasn't even playing bass; he was playing drums.
Wow.
Golly, boy, that's a long time ago.
I like, oh my! See, I done seen a couple of. I be seeing y'all that. Ooh. Oh yeah, I'll be in Chicago August 2nd. No. August 24th. I'll be in Orlando August 2nd.
I'll be in Chicago Sunday.
Oh yeah, Doc.
The Windy City.
Mm-hmm.
You there
Ain't
with
so
John?
windy right now, I don't think.
Yeah.
don't let it fool you now. They get a little heat. They get a little heat up there, Doc. See, I'm from up north. They always feel like it's just cold up there, but sometimes we get a little hot by that river.
Man, y'all cold be different than our cold though.
Yeah, it's a whole nother different level. Now it get cold. Since I've been in the South, I done felt it get like, oh, okay, like it's getting there, but not quite.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hot though. It different kind of hot down here. I promise you that.
So if it was a group you could play for now, who would it be?
For me or Trey?
You.
You said what?
We just had to sit in one time with a group. Who could it be?
A group?
Oh, just like sit in one time.
Yeah.
Man, it's hard for me, bro. Everybody. I'm really mean this. I've kind of played for mostly everybody I wanted to play for. I'm as far as group. I prepare myself when I say stuff like that because I know Richard. But he know I'm being genuine.
Yeah.
I
I
really
definitely
played for everybody I wanted to play for.
That's a blessing, man.
No, seriously, bro. I honestly, bro. The only person that probably would have been really cool to sit in with, I've never sat in with, is Lee Williams. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I've you on the road for so long, you end up playing for just about.
Yeah, it's gonna present itself.
Yeah, bro.
It'll just happen.
Yeah, I started back in 2008 with the Williams Singers. So from then to now, you know what I'm saying? Everywhere you run into, especially when you start playing for somebody like the Kings and they know who you are. So I played with the Clouds. But ironically, I just now played for the G4. I ain't never played with G4. Ever.
Wow.
Ever. I had never played for them. Yeah.
Only group I wanted to play for that I never got the chance to was the Mighty Clouds. And I'm talking about like when Joe was living.
I played Oregon for him. I didn't play guitar.
Wow.
Yeah, I played for a little bit, man. Every time we was with them, I would play Oregon. Yeah. Every time we was with them. I used to enjoy that too. Thank you, Lord. Well, ain't nothing like 2 checks. Ain't nothing like 2 checks.
Have you played for the Jubes?
I have. Yeah. I have. Yes, sir.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, dog. They get you out there, dog.
Surprised me at all.
You get caught. You get caught. I ain't never played for the Nightingales though.
I was just about to ask you that. Have you played for the Nightingales?
hey, but Maryland be playing for the Nightingales, man. Have you ever seen Maryland play for the Nightingales?
No.
Bro, Maryland be playing drums for the Nightingales, man. Yeah. I played for the Valinaires. See, I ain't never played for the original Valinaires, but I played for the Valinaires at like a convention or something like that. I played for Darrell McFadden at convention. Yeah. That's when you really gonna play with folks. And that's the other thing why it ain't fair for me. I played for Lisa there, but I played for Lisa in Dayton as well. But I feel like when you go to a convention, we was doing that band thing. You just end up playing for everybody. And if somebody needs somebody, the first place they're gonna look is over in the corner. Yeah. You end up playing for everybody.
Hey, you. Yeah, you do the hand like that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Boy, I used to be at that convention like, Lord, I'm tired. My feet, I ain't did nothing but play piano. My feet hurt, my back hurt, my head hurt, my fingers hurt.
Feel like you don't work a 10-hour shift.
Oh my God, especially when Bishop do that offer.
Yeah.
I feel like, Lord have mercy.
Big man said you killed it too. I don't know what gig you're talking about, but shout out to Irvin Williams.
Oh, with the Clouds, man. I enjoyed that. The times that I've done that, man, I really that was really, really, really cool to play with Joe Lagun. That was pretty cool.
That's my GOAT.
Yeah, man, that was pretty cool.
Man. You said what, Trey?
The one and only.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Mighty Clouds of Joy.
Let's see. Pierre said, well, yeah, you play for the Supreme 7. Yeah, he asked, did you play? Antonio Wright said, my bucket list is to play for the Cantons and Glorified. Hey, what Sounds Blackness say? You keep your head to the sky.
Mind on it, brother.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Hey, Richard, man, I'm gonna get on off here so I can get some of this food my wife done made. I smell it. The smell is trying to get to me. And
Hey, y'all give it up to Antoine, man.
Hey, man, much love to y'all, man. Much love to you, Trey. Much love to you. I I call you Brown, but Richard,
Yeah.
I sure appreciate you for having me on, man, and I appreciate you for even considering me to come on here, man, for real. I appreciate it.
I really thank you for even accepting and being the very first guest that we had.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy, bro. Anytime y'all want to just talk.
Bring you back.
Okay.
What you say now?
We're gonna bring you back when I can be on from the beginning.
That's cool. You just let me know when. Yes,
okay.
Sir.
All
much
right.
respect to y'all, brothers, and much love to all y'all.
All right, take it easy, man.
All right, brother.
All right. Well, I guess.
What's up, boy?
What you got going on, man?
Man, my kid. I have a feeling he about to ask me for something.
Man, that was very, very successful interview, if I do say so myself. This podcast is being brought to you, ladies and gentlemen, by Ocean Spray Cranberry Juice. All day, keep your kidneys clean and keep the doctor away.
Yes, sir.
But anything you want to say?
Man, I just want to say love. Love and peace and prosperity, progression, perseverance, all of that.
Yeah, that stuff is big, man, and a lot of people we tend to take life for granted because we think we got so much time, and man, time ain't promised to nobody.
So it's crazy. Like, you can't tell me these last couple of years ain't been going by faster than what it's supposed to.
Man, 2020 was like
that a weekend gets faster than the last one.
I swear, man, it felt like we was just in the pandemic, and now it's gone already.
But for real, like that was dead like 4 years ago. That's kind of crazy.
4 years.
That's how time ain't real, man.
Man, it's just wild to even think about it, man.
Yep.
So, well, I guess we can wrap this up. You what you about to do? You about to get on the game?
Let me see what it's about 6. I'll probably hold on, Junior. 1 second. Yeah, I can.
Okay, well, I'm about to fire the system on up myself.
All right, let's round these niggas up then.
All right, I'll catch up with you in a little bit.
All right.
Okay, everybody. Shout out to my main man, Antoine, for coming on, chopping up with us. I was a little nervous, if y'all can tell, but we made it through. And shout out to my other host, Trey Sean, for coming through. But anyway, we'll be coming back. We're gonna have some more guests on, and just like, comment, subscribe, and subscribe to the YouTube channel too. It's just my name, Richard Bryan Jr. Go subscribe, and we'll be bringing y'all some more good content. So with that being said, we will catch y'all next time. And y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Peace.